I couldn't believe it. We're barely into our trek when this huge silverback and his family walks right up to us. And then we find out this is not even our gorilla family. Over the previous few days, we'd journeyed across Rwanda, and now we'd made it to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. The scenery in Uganda is nothing short of breathtaking. We didn't realise it would be so beautiful. Endless lush green rolling hills stretch as far as the eye can see, to misty forests teeming with wildlife. What we love about Uganda is how friendly everyone is. We pulled over to take a quick photo, and out of nowhere, kids started running from every direction.
From Australia. Do you know where Australia? No? Australia?
You know, kangaroo?
Kangaroo?
No, they don't know.
Luckily, Shannon had packed these tiny toy koalas with us, and the kids loved them. Their faces just lit up. It turned into this spontaneous, joyful moment we'll never forget. On our way to our gorilla lodge, we passed through local villages, seeing people chatting on the roadside, children running alongside the car, and markets full of colour and energy. It was a beautiful glimpse into daily life in rural Uganda. A few kilometres from our gorilla lodge, we spotted a young boy on the roadside holding something that instantly caught our eye. It was a green chameleon perched on a stick. It's those unexpected simple moments that makes travel so special. We made it to Rushaga Haven Gorilla Lodge. The lodge sits up in the hills overlooking the forest, and you can actually feel how close you are to the gorillas. It was the perfect place to spend the night before our trek. Our cabin was right on the edge of the forest. We got settled into our room before we went back to the communal lounge area. As the sun started to set, we looked across the valley and saw a group of kids from the nearby village playing soccer on the dusty hillside. It's one of those simple, beautiful moments, watching the kids have fun as the sun was setting, something that we will remember forever. Before we knew it, the morning had arrived and it was time for our adventure to begin. We had some breakfast and grabbed our packed lunch, and we were so excited.
Today's the day that we're going to see the gorillas. I'm so excited. It's hard to believe that just out there are the gorillas in the Bwindi Impenetrable Forest.
We hit the road early, winding our way through the stunning mountain roads towards the Rushaga area, one of the gateways to the Bwindi Impenetrable National Park. Each turn gave us another jaw-dropping view. Rolling hills, tiny villages perched on the slopes, and cool mountain air. When we finally arrived in Rushaga, we headed straight to the briefing point. This is where all the gorilla trekkers gather before the adventure begins.
Good morning, everybody. Are you okay?
Yes.
So, my name is Cosmas. I'm one of the ranger guides here, and I'm going to take you through the general briefing, and then later we are going to put you into smaller groups, going for the gorilla tracking experience. On behalf of Uganda Wildlife Authority and on my own behalf, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you here at Rushaga Visitor Information Center, one of the 4 tourism zones that are found in the Bwindi Impenetrable National Park.
The park rangers gave us a full briefing. They explained about how to behave around gorillas, what to expect on the trek, and shared some incredible facts about these gentle giants. You can tell that they really care about protecting them. And then the women from the local community came out to perform for us. The singing, the dancing, the energy. It was amazing. It was honestly the perfect way to kick off our trek.
How are you feeling, Shannon?
Weather's good. If the weather's good, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think all the dances have pumped me up, so I'm ready to go for a hike. Ready to see these gorillas.
Everyone was split into smaller groups of about 8 people. We were assigned to the Tinder Teen group, a group that was one of the newest habituated gorilla groups in the Rushaga area.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
I will make you happy today. For those
Yeah,
who are not
please.
happy. I'll make sure that I make you happy.
Okay.
Yeah. So my name is Sylvia. Sylvia. Yes, is my name. I'm your lead guide. It's the group, and the name is called the Tinder Teen. The family that we are going to visit. Tinder Teen means no fear.
What's cool about this group is that the Tinder Teen family actually formed when a few members split off from another more established family. Right now, the Tinder Teen family is still pretty small, around 8 members in total, including a powerful silverback, a few females, and some adorable juveniles and infants.
And we have the team of the truckers who lives here early morning at 7. Right now they're in the forest, they're following the trails where they left the gorillas yesterday. So we shall keep communicating with them. When you see me on the phone calling, you should not think otherwise, because they don't have tracking devices.
We had 2 rangers walking with us, each carrying a gun. And no, it wasn't to protect us from the gorillas. The guns are there just in case we run into elephants in the forest.
Got your gorilla stick.
We decided to hire a porter.
Edward?
Edward,
who's our porter.
Yeah.
We could have managed it all by ourselves, but by hiring a porter, we're supporting the local community. With our porters, rangers, and guides leading the way, we were ready for whatever the jungle had in store for us. And hopefully it would be gorillas. We were officially on our way to meet the Tinder Teen gorillas. As we walked along the jungle path, our guide Sylvia was in constant communication with the trackers.
So at the moment the trekkers are trying to find the gorilla family, and we're very lucky that the weather is awesome and the jungle is amazing.
So right now, the trackers are following the bending of vegetation. Gorillas are like us human beings. If by passing the vegetation, we bend, and they first see the direction that they are facing. So automatically they will know that the gorillas has passed here. Then they follow the trail where the vegetation are bending from.
The trackers go out early every morning to locate the gorilla family, starting from where they last saw them the day before. They look for all kinds of clues: nests where the gorillas slept, gorilla droppings, bent branches, basically anything that shows which direction the family are travelling. If they have travelled a lot, we could be trekking for a while. Some people can spend half a day trying to find the gorillas. We were hoping it was going to be a lot sooner than that.
And Sylvia, our guide, is talking, slipping over, talking on the phone to the trackers to find out where our family is.
Sylvia got off the phone and had some good news.
And I think from here to where they are, we may take like less than 30 minutes.
Oh wow,
Where they are.
lucky for us.
The gorillas were just ahead. They were just 30 minutes away. My heart was racing. I just couldn't believe we were actually about to see gorillas in the wild. So far we had been on a track, but Sylvia told us to start preparing to go off the path into the jungle.
The forest started to get a little bit denser. We're sort of heading up.
Suddenly, 2 gorillas come running down the path straight towards us. My heart is pounding. I didn't even have time to think. They looked excited to see us. These 2 gorillas just sat off the path, eating leaves, and we were able to get so close to them. They were not fazed at all with our presence. One of the gorillas jumped up and pushed one of our group as it passed. It was playful, nothing to be worried about. Then we spot this tiny baby gorilla in the trees, and everyone's just frozen, completely in awe. Then we hear our tracker whisper,
Look, the silverback is coming. Don't move. Don't move the silverback. He'll take that photo.
We were face to face with the dominant male of the family. He's calm, powerful, and just watching us. You can feel his presence. It's honestly one of the most humbling moments of my life. You realise very quickly we're in their world. We found out that this wasn't even our gorilla family. We just stumbled across another family that's closely related to the family that we were going to see. Even with this experience, I was satisfied. But now we were actually heading off into the forest to find the Tinderteen family. Before we headed into the forest, everyone needed to put on a face mask. And it's not just a random rule, it's to protect the gorillas. Mountain gorillas are very susceptible to human illnesses, and by wearing a mask, we're minimising the risk of passing anything onto the gorillas.
It's steamy and hot. With a mask on, I mean. We're off the jungle. We're off the track. We're now cutting our way through the jungle. We've already seen a gorilla family, but they weren't our gorilla family. That was another gorilla family that's friendly and related to the gorilla family we're seeing. We're literally cutting our way through the bush. Literally crawling our way.
Lucky we were wearing gardening gloves because you could feel the stinging nettles as you pushed your way through the forest.
Nearly fell over. I can hear them. I can hear them. Oh, it's already been amazing.
I sound out of breath for a few reasons. The Bwindi Impenetrable Forest is steep, rugged, and full of uneven terrain. You're often hiking up hills, through thick undergrowth, and sometimes slipping over roots or muddy patches. And on top of that, Bwindi is at a higher altitude, roughly 1,100 to 2,600 metres above sea level, so the air is a little thinner. And wearing these masks in such humid weather doesn't help. As we were hiking, we saw one of the gorillas' nests. We followed the trackers as they cut their way through the forest. We were so lucky with the weather. The sun was shining and the forest felt alive. Good weather makes such a difference on a gorilla track. The trails are easier to navigate and the birds were calling. We knew it was going to be an unforgettable experience. After about 10 minutes of walking, the tracker motioned to me to come closer to him and walk around him. I walked around him and right up to the silverback. He was just standing there. He made a few small sounds before he walked off into the bushes. The trackers followed him and we were just behind. We followed the gorillas as they moved through the forest, moving effortlessly through the undergrowth. It's incredible to see how they move through the forest as a family. You really have to stay quiet and move slowly, just watching them. Following them closely under the canopy and through the bushes, you start to feel like you're part of their world. It's a magical, surreal, and unforgettable experience. A younger gorilla moved out from under the bushes and sat in the direct sunlight. He was so close, but was totally at ease with us being there. In the tree behind us, a young gorilla was eating leaves and playing. There was some more movement in the bushes, so we followed the trackers and they led us right to the silverback. As we quietly watched, the silverback sat just meters away. He didn't seem concerned at all about our presence. There was no aggression, no tension, but sheer strength that he radiated and was impossible to ignore. Every movement, every glance of his chest and shoulders reminded us that we were in the presence of a truly powerful and commanding animal. It was humbling and awe-inspiring all at once. A baby gorilla toddled over to the silverback. The contrast was striking. The incredible power of the silverback, calm and watchful, paired with the innocence and curiosity of the little baby gorilla. Watching them interact, it was clear how strong yet gentle these magnificent creatures can be, a reminder of the delicate balance within their family. Mum was there too, keeping a watchful eye on her baby while the rest of the family played around them. I couldn't believe how comfortable I felt just meters away. It was humbling, yet somehow being so close felt safe, a rare, magical connection with nature. Seeing the gorillas just hanging out, playing and interacting with each other was one of the most incredible things I've ever watched. Then the silverback stood up. With a single powerful motion, he broke a branch and turned, heading into the forest.
Okay, he was saying bye.
Oh, so good.
It was his way of signaling that our time with him was over. There was no rush, no aggression, just a quiet command, a reminder that we were visitors in his world. We thanked our trackers who had guided us through the forest. Without them, this incredible experience wouldn't have been possible.
We have just finished the gorilla trek. Well, we're just still trekking back, but we just finished being with the gorillas. What did you think about that, Shannon?
Amazing. Beautiful creatures.
So gentle. And even though we're right next to the silverback, who's super powerful, was very, I guess, gracious in letting us spend so much time with him, and patience, while we all stood there with our cameras clicking away. But yeah, that's another bucket list experience ticked off our list. It was amazing.
On our way back through the forest, we came across a small antelope that was feeding on the undergrowth down below us. There's quiet power in this place, a reminder that nature moves at its own pace and that every encounter, no matter how brief, leaves a mark. We returned back to the briefing area, still buzzing from our experience. We received our certificates, which is a really great way to remember an experience that was anything but ordinary.
Hardest name of all.
Oh, you did that. Gorilla trekking isn't just a bucket list adventure. It's a powerful reminder of what's at stake. Every visit helps fund conservation and supports the local communities who protect these forests.